Welcome to the FOMO Show about TV news and home theater technology. Today's headline is awesome. It's all about LG's new latest dual stack tandem hybrid blue phosphorescent OLED. Because LG is sick of losing to Sony and Samsung, both of which are using the latest QD-OLED for their flagship TVs. So to get LG fans excited all over again about LG's OLED technology, they've leaked that they are indeed using the latest blue phosphorescent OLED emitter that I thought was delayed. What exactly is this new tandem dual stack hybrid OLED that's apparently even better than what Apple is using on its latest iPad Pro? And will this new hybrid dual stack tandem OLED technology help LG retake that king of TV's crown from QD-OLED? More relevantly, when can you buy this new blue dual stack hybrid OLED TV? And where is Panasonic in all of this? QD-OLED or LG's OLED technology? Today's video is brought to you by WhoKeys. Trying to build a PC on a budget but don't know where to buy your Windows software cheaply? WhoKeys to the rescue. Use my coupon code SF20 and immediate discount with a free upgrade to Windows 11. At the bottom of this order where it says code card, to the right is the product key you need to activate Windows. So copy this long number, then go to the Windows menu and click on Settings. In the Settings menu at the bottom, select Update and Security. Select Activation, then select Change Product Key, paste what you copied from WhoKeys, click Next, click Activate, and you're done. You can buy Windows 11 Pro or Office 2019 Pro with my discount code SF20. Yes, I've been using WhoKeys for the last several years on my own PC builds, and it just works. The latest out of LG Display is that yes, indeed, they are working on incorporating the new phosphorescent blue OLED. Currently, both Samsung and LG, right? Samsung on their QD-OLED, LG on their W-OLED, both of them are using blue fluorescent OLED emitters. Both want to use phosphorescent blue OLED, and phosphorescent is much more efficient than fluorescent. How much more efficient? We're talking 25% efficient on fluorescent versus almost 100% efficiency for blue phosphorescent OLED. And red and green are already using phosphorescent. It's just blue, still fluorescent. And why not use blue phosphorescent? Why still use fluorescent OLED? It didn't exist. Blue phosphorescent OLED was not available and is still not available. Everyone is working on getting it to market because current versions of this blue phosphorescent OLED is not stable. The lifetime is too short. So what's changed? Apparently LG Display has found a way to hybridize, right? Combine both the blue fluorescent OLED and blue phosphorescent OLED together into a dual stack tandem hybrid OLED panel that allows for the efficiency of phosphorescent OLED with the lifetime of fluorescent OLED together, thus improving the overall performance and efficiency of the current fluorescent blue OLED. Now, I know you're asking, how is this different than Apple's dual stack tandem OLED approach announced for its iPad Pro? It's not the same thing. In Apple's case, the iPad Pro, that dual stack tandem OLED is specifically to get brighter and have longer lifetimes, or rather, when you get brighter, you're not shortening the lifetime, right? So for what Apple is doing, it's the same fluorescent blue OLED, blue fluorescent OLED, not phosphorescent. It's just helping Apple get brighter without diminishing its durability. So in Apple's case, it's dual stack, but not using blue phosphorescent OLED. What we're talking about here is dual stack hybrid with blue phosphorescent OLED for better efficiency. And what about the competition, like Samsung Display? Are they standing still watching LG get all the press with this hybrid approach? Well, no, because earlier last week, Samsung announced something similar. In this article, Samsung said, "We are developing dopants that use both the fluorescent method and the thermally activated delayed fluorescence method. We're developing a structure that can further increase efficiency." Yep, Samsung Display is also talking about hybridizing those two types of blue OLED emitters, right? Fluorescent and phosphorescent. Okay, and now that you're all caught up with the differences between blue fluorescent OLED and blue phosphorescent OLED, right? That unicorn dream OLED material, the question is, LG Display, if it incorporates this new hybrid tandem dual stack approach, can it win back the king of TVs from QD-OLED? And we've talked about this before, right? LG displays W-OLED used to dominate the king of TVs. In 2019, 2021, the Sony A9G and A90J, both Sony TVs, they won the king of TVs with LG's W-OLED technology. But in 2022, the Sony A95K won with QD-OLED. In 2023, they won with QD-OLED again with the Sony A95L. And this year, 2024, the A95L returns, winning again. Each year, QD-OLED continues to separate itself from W-OLED because W-OLED appears to have hit its ceiling of performance, meaning that that white subpixel that was so important to LG eliminating burn-in, or at least reducing the risk of burn-in significantly, well, it's also the weakness of W-OLED. On the one hand, the W and W-OLED helped LG's OLED TV panels get brighter than ever with less risk of burn-in. But on the other hand, as it gets brighter and brighter, right, we're looking at HDR, hoping to hit 2000 nits and above, that W gets white, super bright, white subpixel, but unfortunately, the color saturation does not keep up, right? So in these graphs, as you can see, W-OLED can technically get brighter than QD-OLED on a white window, but look at the individual colors. When broken down at those levels of brightness, QD-OLED color saturation at higher luminances much better, much greater than W-OLED, and this is where W-OLED TVs lose. At higher brightnesses, the color saturation is lost, but also at lower luminances too. W is adding this dilution of color at the extremes. When it's super bright and when it's super dim, right? These certain scenes, color is lost. That appears to be the limit of W-OLED performance. If it replaces W-OLED, and it appears to do so, then LG does have a chance. Because in reading the different materials, and I've linked the articles below for you guys, there is no W mentioned at all. They are not using a white subpixel. This appears to be direct red, green, blue OLED emitters, right? They're not using a color filter the same way that W-OLED requires a color filter. Replacing that W or getting rid of that W means it will perform better in image quality for TVs as well. So the question for you, I know this is the most relevant one. When is it coming? When are LG's next generation OLED TVs coming? Unfortunately, not next year, maybe not even the year after that. In reading these articles closely, check this out, right? In the next year, this year and next year, LG will be assessing and testing this hybrid approach. It's not ready for market yet, right? Let's read the quote. We plan to conduct mass production performance evaluations within the year and review commercialization. So at least around a year of evaluations and assessing to see if it's ready for commercialization. And when it is believed to be ready, what are the first devices? For mobile devices and anything that needs longer battery life, right? Because with this new blue, what do you get? More efficiency. So you get the same brightness using less battery, right? You're going from 25% efficiency, where most of that is lost in heat, to almost 100% efficiency, which means most of the energy is converted into light, which means longer lifetimes for your smartphones using this technology, as well as your watch. Like the Apple Watch, biggest complaint, only 2 days at most, maybe 3 if you're lucky. Well, with this new blue, maybe that extends to 4 or 5 days. And who is LG's biggest buyer in terms of revenue? Apple. They will deliver this technology to Apple and even Samsung for Samsung smartwatches and the like. And speaking of Samsung Display, who's also working on this hybrid approach, guess who their first customer is going to be? Also Apple. So they're also focusing on mobile devices like watches and smartphones and the like. So both LG Display and Samsung Display, I think, will be focusing on mobile devices. But don't fret. We will meet with Samsung Display, Chirag, at CES, and I'll ask him, hey, will you be working on TVs using this new hybrid approach as well? I mean, I understand mobile devices, all of that, but come on, tell me, TVs, please tell me you're incorporating this into your TV panels. And not to be forgotten, right? We've talked Sony, LG, Samsung. What about Panasonic? When are they coming back to the US? When am I importing one for review? That is coming in another video. Until next time, stop the phone.
That's what I'm talking about. Wait! Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hit it, boys.